I'm currently, like many of you, watching the third season of The Bear, and I have to say, Carmi continues to give the best illustration of what it's like to work in the hospitality industry. And this is really important for people to understand who have never worked in the hospitality industry. And while I will say that there are different levels to this, whether you're working in front of house as a server, bartender, or you're working in back of house as a chef like Carmi, but the moral of the story remains true and is perfectly highlighted in The Bear that working in a restaurant is really stressful. No matter what you do, could be a busser, it's stressful. Bartender, stressful. Server, stressful. Chef, different stress, still stress. And seeing Carmi reach these moments where it truly feels like he's reached his threshold has to be some of the most accurate acting I've ever seen. I give this man an award because many of the emotions that he continues to feel, these moments of true panic, yeah, that's exactly what's happening back there. While you're sitting there enjoying your meal, having a good time, oh yeah, mofos are panicking. And it just is what it is. You think freezers exist to keep the food fresh? No, they're called panic rooms. And there were many go to panic, or coming back to your table and pretending that they are not overwhelmed with anxiety. That is the true hospitality experience. And it's one of the things that I've praised this show for since the very beginning, that from the outside looking in, you may think that this is a show merely about beautiful looking plates, food, and how to run a restaurant. It is rather about so many other things, one of those things being the true pressure to create and work under pressure. Sometimes pressure that you create for yourself, but oftentimes pressure that comes from having to constantly adapt to changing situations. Now in Carmi's sense, some of this pressure, like trying to get a Michelin star, is self-produced. However, when you're someone like Carmi, who does feel inherently like an introvert, this is his worst nightmare. It's ironic that he still continues to try to push to make this thing work. And part of that, again, comes from pressure to do so. Because now he has an entire staff that's depending on him to make this thing a success. Combining that with the fact that he's trying to also stop smoking in season 3, oh yeah, this is not going to end well. And during my time watching season 3, it's making me wonder whether or not Carmi should have chosen a different profession. Because for anyone that suffers even the most modest amount of anxiety, restaurants are not your place. And yet still, we find ourselves in them.